Yo, what's good, everybody? Another Beers with Barton. It is Saturday, March 8th, 2025. 2025. I don't know why I sounded Irish, but hope everyone's having a good weekend. It's almost springtime because we do spring forward the clock soon, so we'll lose an hour tonight. My allergies have been going insane. But yeah, yesterday I shared I had a great daddy-daughter dance date, and it was good. The big news today was Duke versus Carolina. I'll get to that in a minute, but Michaela and I just kind of hung out a bit this morning, and then we went and picked up her boyfriend. Actually, got dropped off, and then we went bowling, played some arcades, ran a couple errands, and then we ended up getting pizzas and going over to his house tonight to watch the Duke Carolina game. I'm still being single dad this weekend until tomorrow. And the lovely Mrs. Beers with Barton gets home, which I cannot wait for. We're actually at the arcade because we're waiting for our bowling lane reservation to open. And Mikhail and I were just standing there. Mikhail looked at me and goes, "Hey, is it weird not having mom around?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't really like it. I'm glad she's having fun." And she goes, "Me too. I really miss mom." And then tonight when we came home from Carson's house, right before I got in the house, she goes, "Man, I'm so glad mom's coming home tomorrow." I said, "Me too." I said, "Do you miss me when I'm gone?" And she goes, "I do." She said, "But it's easier with mom because, we just go shopping or we do this. Like, I do miss you, but, I'm not going to ask you to take me to the mall because I know that's really not your thing." And I was like, I totally get that. And I said, "But I really have enjoyed the time that you and I have gotten to, this weekend, gotten to hang out just the two of us." She goes, "Me too. It's been fun." So anyways, Duke Carolina, it's almost midnight. It's 11:30. So I need to get myself some sleep since we're losing an hour. We usually go to the 9:30 church service. We're going to the 11 o'clock tomorrow, which is really like 10, so it's about the same. So yeah, we're hanging out today, and then trying to figure out. Really, my plan was to drop Carson off at like 6, come home, just watch the game. That's what I wanted to do. But they want to keep hanging. Michaela had this hankering for some pizza from a spot called Hawthorne's. And so I ended up inviting Carson's family over, just thinking like, it'd be easier having them come over. But they had already invited some friends over. So they invited us over, which was cool. So ordered pizzas, went over there, had some pizza, and just watched this train wreck of a game. Carolina started a little slow. I mean, they played well. Their intensity was up. Turned the ball over a lot early, but ended up only turning the ball over, I think, 4 times for the entire game, which is crazy. They were down 15 at one point in the first half. Got it down to 1 point at halftime, 42-41, and then it came out in the second half. And, it was great. They were up 6 points at one point, and it just looked really, really good. And then it just all fell apart. Duke's just so talented. That's a part of it. The talent gap is huge. But, the shots weren't falling for Carolina, and they just kind of went stagnant on offense. A lot of one-on-one ball. And I think Duke went on a 12-0 run, so from down 6 to up 6. And I think it was 22-5. They ended up winning, I think 82-69 was the final. So Carolina really needed this game tonight to have any shot at the NCAA tournament. Didn't get it. So they're the 5 seed in the ACC tournament, which starts next week. They get 1 bye, so they'll play Wednesday. They'll play the winner of Notre Dame versus Pitt. And if they can somehow win that game as the 5 seed, they'll play Wake. If they can somehow win that game, they'll play Duke in the semifinal. Assuming Duke beats, 8-9 would be like, I don't know, Virginia Tech. I don't know. Assuming Duke wins, which they should. They get Duke in the semi, so they get one more shot, 2 wins, one more shot to beat Duke. And then, if they somehow did that, that's 3 wins and you beat Duke. Maybe they get in the tournament because they'd be in the final. Still not a guarantee, but that's pretty much their only way. So crazy. Hubert Davis has been there for 4 years. His first year, he takes them to the NCAA national championship game as an 8 seed. Loses to Kansas after being up 15 at halftime. next season, missed the tournament. And then last year was a 1 seed, ended up getting knocked out. I think they were a 1 seed, weren't they? Yeah, I think they were a 1 seed. Ended up losing the Sweet 16 to Alabama in overtime. No, they weren't a 1 seed because they were in the same bracket as UConn. So maybe they were like 4 seed? 3 seed, 2 seed? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Lost Sweet 16 to Alabama, who was a 4 seed, so that makes sense. Anyways, so not a good year. I mean, if they don't make the trend, they've already extended him for like another 5 years or something. So I don't know. I can't stand Duke, but they're just really good this year. Cooper Flagg is amazing, and man, I didn't think they'd win, but they had a shot. They were up at one point, like with 15 minutes left in the game, up 6 or 12 minutes, whatever it is. Just be like, wow, like if they could pull this off, this would be huge. But didn't happen. But anyways, had a good night with friends. Definitely miss the lovely, the beer queen, lovely Mrs. Beers with Barton. So I'm glad she's coming home tomorrow. So we'll do church tomorrow. Got a couple errands to run, and then I will pick Jessica up at some point, probably mid-afternoon by the time they get home. And then Monday will be here, as it always does. So that was my night. I still had a good weekend, even though the Heels lost, which stink. I don't know how any self-respecting human could be a Duke fan. I mean, if you went to Duke, I guess I get it. But just random people who are Duke fans, like how? Like how? Their color's uglier, their school sucks, they're just, everything about them is just terrible. They're just terrible. But this year is not our year, for sure. And so they are, they're definitely a lot better than Carolina is this year. There's no doubt. Anyways, all right, well, cheers. It'll be time for bed soon. Promise ring. That's what I thought I was getting from Carolina tonight, was a promise ring. And didn't get it. Did not get it. But I did pick this beer up today from one of my favorite brewers, High Branch. So that's pretty cool. This is a 6.2. IPA from High Branch, one of my favorites, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the routine here. It's brutal. My feelings are hurt. But it was nice to watch the game. Carson's parents are both Heels fans, and they had some other friends over who were all Heels fans. One of them actually grew up in Chapel Hill. Hey, buddy. And I think her parents or grandparents or something actually know Roy Williams. Something like that. I don't remember the whole story. I was nervously watching the game. It is what it is. So ACC tournament starts next week, Tuesday. Heels will play on Wednesday. We're actually headed up to Asheville on that day. I think they play at 2 o'clock. So try to get on the road in time to get somewhere to watch them. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Cheers. Promise ring. High Branch 6.2. Delicious beer. Oh, Tar Heels. Tough game, man. Would have been huge. Cheers. That's all she wrote. Maybe next year. I feel myself saying that for a lot of my teams. Until next time, I do this.